A young local man is accused in a string of crimes that grabbed the attention of CBS12 News I-Team Chief Mike Magnolia.
23-year-old Reynaldo Ray Diaz and 5 associates are now in federal custody. And the story behind his arrest is part techno-thriller, part Fast and the Furious. Mike, you've been working on this story for months. How did you find out all this was going on?
Well, I'll answer that part of it in just a minute. It was through a tip. Okay, the thing that jumped out at me was that Ray Diaz hails from Belle Glade, right here in Palm Beach County. You guys know that's like a rural cow town. So he seems a very unusual character to hail from there, still has ties to that area, but he has made quite a name for himself in Miami and in cyberspace. Hello? This house on Avenue F in Belle Glade was once home to 23-year-old Reynaldo Ray Diaz. No one answered the door here, so I left a note with my contact information. So far, no callbacks. And this is the police report that led me to the address. Back in August, Ray Diaz was arrested for unlawful restraint and conspiracy to commit unlawful restraint. More charges were added later, but in plain English, this was a foiled kidnapping. Federal authorities say that Ray Diaz and 5 pals traveled from Florida to Danbury, Connecticut. They're accused of targeting a married couple in their 50s who were out for a drive in their Lamborghini. Diaz and company allegedly crashed into the 6-figure sports car, and when the couple got out, a white van appeared. Witnesses who called 911 say men dressed in black pounced, forcing the couple into the van. Cops responding to the scene spotted the van and went after it. There was a short chase, then the van crashed. The victims, who were tied up and had duct tape over their mouths, went to the hospital. Everybody else went to jail. At the time, the feds didn't say much, but a tipster told the I-Team this was worth a closer look.
Breaking overnight, one man is rushed to the hospital. Another says he's lucky to be alive after someone shot at them.
That's Miami news footage from 2 years before the Danbury Lamborghini. In this story, Ray Diaz was the victim. He and a friend were parked in this yellow Corvette. A masked gunman tried to carjack them, and Diaz got shot. That's him being unloaded from an ambulance. I spoke to the other guy in the Corvette that night. He tells the I-Team that he and Diaz were going to a club. They were sporting expensive watches and jewelry, and he thought that's why somebody tried to rob them. But police in Miami say that Diaz is something of an armed robbery and carjacking guru. And it's possible that Diaz was accidentally shot by members of his own crew. Right, that's because these 2 suspects are also part of the Connecticut kidnapping case. In fact, Miami police say between the cars and other items they got away with, Diaz and his accomplices were netting hundreds of thousands of dollars, carjacking and robbing people. Not bad for a 21-year-old. But that's peanuts compared to what law enforcement now believe about how Diaz became rich enough to afford a waterfront condo, expensive sneakers, and whatever other luxuries caught his eye. Here's cybercrime expert Kareem Hijazi.
It might teach these guys to keep their winnings a little bit more private.
Hijazi isn't involved in the Diaz case. He's a government contractor with a deep knowledge of the dark web. Investigators now believe that Ray Diaz used the online name Pantic and was bragging about a cryptocurrency heist that raked in hundreds of millions of dollars.
You know, Bitcoin or any of these other types of coins, people can have a wallet and it can have a value of however much they have in that wallet, and that wallet has an address. And if you have access to that wallet through pass keys and some other things, and you can get to it, whether you're the owner or not, just like anything else, you can take that money and you can move it electronically.
Investigators believe a wealthy victim in Washington, D.C. was bamboozled by Ray Diaz and his accomplices to reveal sensitive information about his cryptocurrency accounts. That enabled the suspects to rob him. Which, believe it or not, brings us back to the foiled Lamborghini kidnapping in Connecticut. Here's how. The feds say the Lamborghini couple's 19-year-old son may have been in on that multi-million-dollar crypto heist. The feds think that he and Diaz may have had a falling out, resulting in the plot to take his parents hostage. Right now, nobody's been convicted of anything, but these charges are serious. And if he's found guilty, Reynaldo Ray Diaz might not be returning to Belle Glade for a very long time.
A lot of twists and turns in that one, right? In Connecticut, these suspects are known as the Florida Six, and Ray Diaz from our backyard here in Palm Beach County.
So,
Fascinating.
do they have proof that he's got hundreds of millions of dollars worth of crypto?
He had an unbelievably luxurious lifestyle, and for a while, things were good. Sneakers, jewelry, nightclubs, all of that. So yes, this was very profitable.
We've all seen how gangster movies go, though.
It
It goes great for 3/4.
For a
and at
while
the
it
end,
did.
It all falls apart, and that's what he's doing. All right.
It's a wild story, Max. Thanks.
Sure.